Good day. Today we're going to look at just a very quick usage of Tableau. Tableau is a visual analytics tool, and what we're going to do is very quickly look at some information, create some very quick visualizations just to demonstrate how the tool is actually working. This is version 7.0, which was released just recently, and what I've got here is a fundraising table out of our data warehouse with some fields in. The table has about 430,000 rows. I'm running Tableau off my desktop computer and attaching live to the database. So that kind of gives you an idea of the scope of the amount of data, rows, and information that's in this table. I should also mention that the numbers and a lot of the information has been changed to protect the innocent. So I've created just a blank worksheet and connected to the data already, because that part is actually pretty easy and won't depend on your own organization. What I want to look at here is just very quickly look at this and see some of the stuff that's in it. So the first thing is I'm looking at the total amount of giving, 363 million. That's pretty interesting, but maybe there's some other stuff we can do with it. I'm going to add in here a pyramid description, and right away that shows within our giving pyramid levels the amount raised within those levels. Kind of interesting again. What I want to do now is I'm going to do what's called adding a filter over here, and I'm going to select show quick filter, and over here we can see that we can now see the fiscal years. I'd like to kind of see fiscal years in columns so I can kind of look at this over 5 years. That looks good. Maybe I want to look at a little bit different visualization just to show where we raised the most money. And it looks like the green arrows here are the ones where we raised the most. I don't like the columns over here though, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap them over so it makes more sense again from a database or from a visual point of view for the organization. So I've created here this is automatically highlighted looking at the 37. Some of these things are obvious. This is just to kind of demonstrate the power of the tool. Let's look at something else here. We've got a fund restricted description. So I want to see within these couple of years and also within the pyramid which pieces of those pyramids were restricted and unrestricted. And so that's looking again at the pyramid level and then what things were where in terms of restricted and unrestricted. One of the things we need to do always is we get some of our budget from unrestricted money. So I'm going to now add a quick filter here again to the side of the worksheet and just choose unrestricted, because that actually funds our budget. I don't want to look at the pyramid description anymore, so I'll just drag that out. And now we can see very quickly what's unrestricted over the last 5 years. I'm going to put that back in table format, and I'm going to do some analysis. I want to look at totals, so I'm going to do totals, row totals, and analysis totals, and I'm going to do column totals. Okay, so now we have a more conventional view, which is over 5 years. Anyway, obviously lots of power here. We can change graphs types. Some of these are going to be meaningless, but again, illustrative of how quick it is to look through data. Another interesting feature, you can't see the keyboard here, but if I go Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, it actually steps me back through all the different steps I did. Looking at this here, unrestricted best of health, actually I don't like the way that's sorting from the oldest years to the current year, so I'm just going to change that, and I'm going to sort it descending, because now I want to see the current year. Analysis, I want to look at percentage of stuff to see the ratios, and I also want to very quickly highlight to see where those ratios are. So you can see how powerful this is. Again, it's going through about 400 and some thousand rows connected live to the database. Anyway, this is just an example of visual analytics tool, and these are the types of tools that are now becoming available. and certainly something to look into as part of the desktop tool set that you are going to be using normally on a day-to-day basis. Thanks for your time.